All right, so you just got your bot, you're all excited, and you want to run it. We're going to go over the top couple errors that are going to noob you out and stop you from using it. In no particular order, we'll start here. So, I just bought my bot, but I ain't got enough tokens to run it. How many times are airdrops? Twice a day. You'll get it when you get it. Shut the fuck up. Make sure you tell your reseller, your Gunthy wallet, that you tied to where you want to get your tokens. Okay? You got to go make your ERC20 wallet, and then you got to give it to them so that you can actually get into your exchanges and be able to move those. Okay? You cannot update those without having your wallet already tied at least once. Okay? So if you do that, you'll be able to change your key here on your own continually, and you will have no issues. Second problem you're going to jump on Binance, and you're going to be like, oh my god, my bot won't trade. There's another video on that. It's time sync. You need to sync your time continually. Computer doesn't always do it. There's another video. But the other thing you can do is change the delay. Okay, it's always going to be either a soft ban with a delay because you're pulling too much API, or your computer has the wrong time and it just, kicks back as a timeout because it thinks that you're somewhere else trying to man-in-the-middle attack. So there you go. First two. Done. All right, next, after you get your wallet and your API tied and you get your stupid tokens and you don't sit around the, room and bitch and cry about it every 5 fucking minutes, you get them when you get them after a day. If you don't get them, make sure you did the other steps that I said, which was make sure you let your reseller know that you gave them your wallet, because there's nothing they can do for you if they don't have that. Okay, they can't get you at least one time tied to the licensing server so that you can make your own updates from there on out on the exchanges, add tab for that, or to update swap exchanges. Okay, from there you've got your license, what you have, whatever you want to add, but at least you have to have one tied first from them. You can't add this and do it yourself, not the first time. Okay, problem solved. Next, you're going to go in and be like, oh my god, I want to run everything. You're going to go broke and you're going to get bags. Trade small. Trading limit stops everybody next after that. The next problem you're going to have is when you go down to set something up, you're going to go to trading pairs and you're going to add a pair either incorrectly. You're going to run some stupid shit like this. Okay, and you're going to be like, I want to trade USD BTC. And you're going to come in crying and be like, my bot's broken. It doesn't work. Okay, it works. But there you go. All UST, USDC, all that comes first on like 99% of the exchanges. You got to follow exchange syntax. So you can't be like, my bot won't let me do it the way I want. I want to trade BTC as base and I want to trade the other one as quote. You go with what the exchange gives you. So there's your next error. Use what market is given. You cannot change the market with the bot. We don't control that. The exchange controls that. So at least input it correctly. All right. Next, you're going to go down. You're going to pick a strategy. And you're going to fuck this up. Guaranteed. Okay? It's just the way it is. So go down to your strategies. Just pick something like easy, to start with. We'll just pick gain. All right. Make sure your buy and sells are enabled. Okay? This becomes really important right here. Your trading limit, if you're trading a crypto pair, needs to look something like this. 0.00 whatever, okay? And that has to be set in BTC because BTC is base. It's buying quote through that. If you're trading USDT, USDC, USD, it has to be the other way around, and your trading limit has to be a whole number. This is also really clear, and we also know you did not read the wiki. If you come in crying about that and you say, I've read it, you're full of shit. Go up here, click the button, there's your wiki, okay? It's real simple. You're going to run through here. You're going to read this a couple times, and you're going to learn something new every time. But you can take care of the majority of your problems yourself by just reading the section that applies to the problem you're having. Okay, so once you've done the run through and you know the owner's manual, now you can drill down into, now I'm having this particular problem. So let's see, how would we set that? Well, we're not trading margin right then, so let's just go look at the strategies for, spot. And what are we looking at? We're looking at gain. So let's pull out gain. Hey, there you go. All right, over here on the right-hand side, it'll tell you all the sections inside of here, and we were talking about how to set trading limit. Buy settings. That's probably the section that we're in. balance settings. Okay, that's the tab that we were under. Okay, so we're in gain on a non-margin or a margin if you're on a margin exchange. I got my BitMEX here, but just for the example, okay, match it up right. It's not that hard. So gain, we're under gain, right? And now we're under not the buy, not the sell, but the balance tab. So now we're down to the balance tab. Oh, look, trading limit. That's what we're looking at right now. So if you look at this, it'll tell you this value defines the trading limit for each order. Make sure to always set this higher than the minimum volume to buy and the minimum volume to sell. We'll talk about next, because there's your next problem. When you set this to 0.1 and trade BTC X pairs, GunBot will place a buy order with BTC, okay? When you're trading fiat pairs, USD, BTC, even if you're trading BTC, USD is still first, okay? In that case, it's whole number. So it's going to try to trade $100 if you put 100 in there. Or if you put in 150, you can't put in stupid shit like 149.87. It doesn't take no points. The exchanges just don't allow that. They need to be whole rounds. So 100, 101, 102, shit like that, okay? If you're trading BTC, say ETC, then it's going to use... if you put in 1 there and you were thinking like, oh, I want to trade $1, like, no, dude, you're trying to trade 1 BTC's worth of, quote, into Ethereum. So that's really important. From there, you really got to go look up minimum volume to buy and sell. All right. Here's a couple other things. Like, this won't really affect you at first until you start locking things out. There's no minimum volume to buy and sell on margin. Let me change this real quick. You won't be able to see that tab. All right. Now you can see that. Okay. So if you turn on margin exchange, it's going to take away some things so you purposely can't fuck it up, because it's a little bit advanced to not understand that minimum volume to buy and sell won't count anymore. So right now this would be set wrong if I'm trading USD to BTC, because it's saying the minimum volume to buy is less than 1 penny. 0.001. That's not being set in BTC. That's being set in dollars. So almost all exchanges, the minimum is 10. It's 10 to buy, 10 to sell. They don't fuck around with orders smaller than that, okay? Don't set these one bigger than the other. It causes a little bit of issues. Like, as soon as you get into the bot, you'll understand what that is. And also don't set these bigger than your trade limit. Trade limit needs to be bigger than those. These need to both be at least, 10. Just roll with 10 and you'll be fine, okay? And if you forget how to do that, it just teaches you right down in here. You can find it under the same tab. Okay, minimum volume to buy, minimum volume to sell. It explains it. It's not that hard. Let's see. So minimum volume to buy and sell. You know about time sync. You know about how to set up your keys and your wallet. What is the next most noob question that we get? I think that's all of them. Mostly just go read your wiki, match it up correctly, make sure you're at least, set up with the right buy and sells, the right minimums, and then from there you can start to tweak into things like, my bot too fast. What else can I do? You can throw on like MFI, shit like that. If you're gonna throw this stuff on, go back test it. And if you're not going to back test it, don't come in and cry if you're not going to at least go read like Investopedia. So if you're like, what's MFI? Well, if you're complaining, you're like, my bot won't buy. And I look at this tab and I see you've checked off MFI and ADX and all this stupid contradictory shit. You're wasting my time. You're wasting your time. Google is your friend. Okay. So just go be like, oh, I heard Shark say that I should go look that up. Investopedia is your best friend. All right. You're going to go to Investopedia. You're just going to use the search function. You'll see Crypto6 tell you guys a lot to use the search function inside Telegram. It helps a lot. MFI. And then there you go, money flow index. And it's just going to explain it to you exactly what it is. Read it. Because us trying to explain this to you is a pain in the ass. Like, it's your job to have some basics. So if you want to start adding in, stuff to buy at a more unique spot or something that's, not just broad, you want a very particular buy, you should know how to set your bot to emulate that. So if you're like, I only want to catch bottoms, Okay, well, if you only want to catch bottoms, you should look up and see, what kind of numbering does it take MFI to get to, if that's what you want to look for. Because if, you got this full move and that was a bottom, that's great. But what if this was the bottom and it turned around? Well, that MFI is still real high. You would have been no buy, it wouldn't have gone low enough. So you need to tune for the type of pullbacks and or expansion for sells that you're expecting. And that's achieved, again, through going through some lockouts on the indicators. Extras you have to, kind of hone in on where you feel something is going to go. If you're going to be like, well, my bot should know, like, you should buy, AI intelligence, then nobody makes that. And if they do, they're not going to sell it to you. You don't have enough money. Okay. It's just the bottom line. If you're, expecting that kind of shit, like, you're in the wrong place, man. Like, this is an extension of you. So learn how to set it correctly. And if you want to use momentum-based indicators, you need to learn how those indicators work. And that's as simple as, like we just said, Investopedia. Roll over there and make it your friend. Simple as that.